Hey, do you like tracer units? What am I saying? Of course you do. But you don't want to spend the money on tracer units. They're overcomplicated and don't really give you a clear instruction of how they actually work. Well, here's where this comes into play, because our friends over at T238.net have actually helped work with us to help hook you guys up with not only some great deals, but also even better trace units. So, be it, of course, from, say, the most cyberpunk of cyberpunk. Or even the most tactical of tactical rifles. T238.net has got what you're looking for. And aside from tracer units, they also make high-powered motors, be they high speed, high torque, or even anything in between. For V2s, V3s, they even have trigger units that are easy to install and just do a lot of awesome things. And the best part is, they have components that prevent them from overheating. And it's not just for airsoft. No, they also make it for gel ball and Nerf. Meaning that if your country does not allow you to have the coolness that is airsoft, then at least you have something for Nerf and gel ball. So, go down to the link down below and use the coupon code AirsoftAl and you'll get some awesome stuff. And even better stuff, be they discount codes or, of course, free shipping. But if you use the link down below, then you'll be helping us out here on the channel. So please, go down there to the link down below, use that referral link, and get some really awesome stuff. I mean this, folks. T238 has never steered me wrong, isn't going to steer you wrong. They are simple, easy to use, and easy to understand, and they're reliable. So, what are you waiting for? Go down there right now at T238.net's link down below and use coupon code AirsoftAl and get some good stuff. You just couldn't stop yourself, could you, Johnny boy? You just couldn't stop yourself from creating another damn story, could you? No, he could not, ladies and gentlemen, because, boys and girls, Johnny Boy 11, if you don't know, who has been spotlighted on this channel many times beforehand, who has created many a story, be it from, of course, Halo, everything. And I mean everything. This motherfucker can basically take Halo and turn it into the most interesting concepts ever. This motherfucker takes Warhammer and turns it into the most interesting concepts ever. I have covered everything in this motherfucker. Well, not everything, mind you, but I have covered his Halo frickin' Rising of the Shield hero story. I've covered his fucking Warhammer Valkyrie Chronicles stories. I have covered his fucking Halo Gate story, for Christ's sake. This motherfucker basically says, I have an idea. And immediately everyone's like, for the love of Christ! Finish where you started first! But we are intrigued of what you have this time, you crazy fucking Romanian. Well, this motherfucker basically goes and says, what would happen if an interdimensional war happens? And immediately everyone is like, okay, what do you have? What would happen, ladies and gentlemen, if Halo, the wonderful little franchise that we all know and love, Halo Infinite being a contestant between which is worst, Halo 4, Halo 5, or Halo Infinite. That's an argument, of course, that we all know, but I personally just played the games because I enjoy the games and the lore. This motherfucker basically says, what would happen if we take Halo Infinite? Not Halo Infinite, but what would happen if we take Halo and combine it with Starship Troopers, and not the book. He's completely excluded the book from this idea, and you know what? That's understandable. The book is its own entity, and it's enjoyable. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this motherfucker basically decides to see what happens if an interdimensional war happens between the Citizen Federation of the movie, the video games, and some of the cartoon, not the Japanese-made CG animated films, the actual OG Roughneck Chronicles cartoon, which is highly underrated and is actually really good. And decides to just say, hey, what if a war happened between them? And let me tell you now, the Terran Federation's getting its ass kicked because they decide, hey, we're gonna piss off probably the most war-hardened faction, aside from the Imperium of Man or any faction from the Warhammer 40k universe, the UNS goddamn C, the UEG, the United Earth Government, and decides, let's just pick a fight with these guys. Because we need something. And by God, they're losing. Because, while yes, there are some pockets of resistance, hardened points that the UNSC is having issues with, including in the latest chapters where we see them actually having an issue with a jungle planet, which is basically just frickin' space Vietnam, napalm strikes and everything, baby. We literally are seeing the UNSC kicking ass and taking name, because again, unlike the Citizen Federation of Starship Troopers, who has only had one conflict, a big conflict, and that was World War goddamn III, which led to the Citizen Federation being formed in the first goddamn place. And of course, some skirmishes with the bugs. The UNSC has had a war of genocide! These motherfuckers are battle-hardened, battle-tested, and they know war. And while, yes, some are tired of it, it doesn't mean they're gonna back the fuck down, because, essentially, the best analogy I can give, you got this young punk who's going after a hardened Marine veteran, a combat veteran, who, while, yes, doesn't like war, and is tired of war, does not mean he's not gonna back down from a fucking fight. Because he remembers the oath he took, that they took. And if this motherfucker throws a punch at him, he's gonna throw double at them, and he's gonna make sure they are down for the fucking count. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the mindset that I am seeing from this UNSC. And we follow some UNSC characters. Hell, we follow a Marine who sadly got a Dear John letter. And we even see some death on the UNSC side. Because while, yes, many people will be like, yay, it's a one-sided battle! It's not. Any conflict, there is going to be casualties on both sides. It just depends on which side fights harder, fights smarter, and is more efficient. And the UNSC has this in spades to spare. Well, the Citizens Federation, not so fucking much. Not a lot. I mean, hell, in terms of the diversity of weapons and arsenal they can bring to the table, the UNSC has that in spades. Again, fighting the Covenant, even fighting insurrectionists. Just saying, motherfucker. The big thing, though, is that we also see the Citizens Federation side, where they're trying to claim that we are winning against the UNSC tyranny. We are fighting them back. Our brave men and women of the Citizens Federation is fighting. And the cool thing is that we actually see Johnny Rico not exactly all for it. We see some people all for it, but not Johnny Rico. Not exactly all in it, because again, there is a bigger threat, which is, of course, the arachnids of Klendathu, the bugs. Why are we fighting fellow humans? Now, that mindset does change a little bit as the story goes on, especially the disastrous invasion of Klendathu. And the better part is that Johnny Boy 11 drops that Oni has a spy among their ranks. And I'm just sitting here waiting for the fact that Oni's gonna pull some shit. Because we know Oni. Oni is essentially the CIA, the NSA, the KGB, the FSB, every single main intelligence ever combined into one with all the dark fun of fucking Vietnam! So I'm just sitting here waiting for that. But the cool thing is that right now, it's just the UNSC against the Citizens Federation. We don't see the Swords of Sanghelios. We don't see the Arbiter and his people coming in, because here's the thing I think a lot of people forget about the lore. The elite, or at least the elites, the Sangheli, who actually are allied with humanity, were fooled by the prophets, who basically said that, oh, humans do not, they're devils, etc., etc. You know the lore, you know the lore. But the elites, or at least the Swords of St. Helios, feel a responsibility to basically work with their human brothers, those for whom they have wronged. They want to wipe away that debt. They want to basically work to repent their sins that they have committed against essentially those for whom their gods have chosen to take up the mantle of responsibility. So, here's the thing. Johnny Boy 11 has an opportunity here to basically show that, you think the UNSC is alone in this motherfucker? Hell no! Meet the Swords of St. Helios and their people. Here come some grunts, here come some hunters, here come the elites! And literally come in and start fucking help wreck house and kick ass and take fucking names. And let me tell you, that would be a hell of a time, and that would definitely show the Citizens Federation they fucked up. Hell, while yes, the arachnids, the bugs, would be an issue for the Citizen Federation, for the UNSC, they wouldn't do the whole thing of, oh, let's just send in a ton of platoons and basically fucking human wave tactics. If anything, they would do this smart. They would treat them like any other threat. They would basically treat them like the Flood is the best tactic they can use. They would treat them as the Flood. Distance is their friends. Distance is their ally. They wouldn't immediately go fucking head up on the motherfuckers. They would use distance tactics. They would use bombing runs. They would use fire-based munitions. They would basically burn out the bugs or nuke the bugs for a good while until finally they go in. Or they let the Swords of St. Helios basically go over a bug-controlled planet and glass the son of a bitch. Because, let's face it, glassing is the only option you got for a bug-controlled planet. Because as much as they would like to say, oh, yeah, no, this planet would offer a strategic value, the bugs are like the Flood. One bug egg, could basically wipe out an entire city. A colony of the motherfuckers could basically wipe out an entire fucking planet. I'm simply going by actual entomology. I'm actually going off by actually how fast bugs actually breed in real life. And the fact of an ant colony can literally destroy a small ecosystem, or can actually do damage for a good amount. So yeah, they basically be firebombing, nuking, and glassing planets held by the bugs. They would probably target Clendathu directly and destroy that motherfucker. And let's face it, that's how you take care of a problem. You don't try to send boots on the ground unless you have to. You just nuke the son of a bitch from orbit and just go about your merry way. Now, the other thing is that since he's saying this in the movies, the Sky Marshal, the new Sky Marshal who took over for Sky Marshal Deans, which, again, that just shows that they actually do take responsibility for their mistakes, could actually take over for his mistakes and immediately realize that the bugs are a bigger threat and that Sky Marshal Deans basically started a war, a useless war, mind you, that they are clearly losing. They need bodies to send at Clendathu. They need an alliance with the UNSC to fight the fucking bugs. The bugs are the real threat, not fellow humans. And you're probably thinking, well, wait a minute, how could they do that? Why would they do that? How could they fool the people? Motherfucker, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Because if you've never seen the movies, and the way Paul Verhoeven has basically depicted the media is basically the Ministry of Love and or Ministry of Truth from Orwellian's 1984. Basically, the main people believe whatever the fuck is spewed by the media. So, the media could basically spin this in the fact that Sky Marshal Deans made a mistake, and that Sky Marshal Deans is at fault for this. Again, there are many ways this could be played out, and how the people, the basic regular people, and even the regular boots, could basically be like, oh, it was his fault. He made a mistake. Okay, welcome my fellow UNSC brothers and sisters! And essentially try to avoid any other fucking future conflict until the bugs are fucking dead! Again, that is one route he could take. Another route he could take would basically be a, Sky Marshal Deans, or not Sky Marshal Deans, basically the new Sky Marshal could essentially try and open talks. Now, this could be delayed in the story, mind you, because again, you know, they're trying to recuperate their numbers, trying to basically be like, yeah, no, mass conscription. Basically, you know, trying to get more bodies to send to the bug front line. And what could change and what could cause, essentially, the Citizens Federation under this new Sky Marshal to basically open up talks with the UNSC is the Sword of Sanghelios. The elites coming in and actually fighting, you know, a new faction, showing who the fuck the UNSC is allied with and how much more powerful they fucking are. That could actually give a wake-up call to the to the Citizen Federation. I don't know why I was going to say the UNSC. To the Citizen Federation, and basically tell them, yeah, no, we fucked up. We fucked up. We fucked up. We need fucking peace with these people. We need this firepower to fight the fucking bugs. And that is essentially what could happen. But overall, it's a fun story. Like, legitimately, I am enjoying this, and even if, you know, peace is not an option in the story itself, I still enjoy it. I'm still gonna fucking enjoy it, and by God Almighty, I'm gonna have fun with it. But outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to the next chapter. I look forward to seeing what comes from this and whether or not we finally see the elites in this, the Swords of Sanghelios, how they, of course, are helping those who are chosen by their gods to basically take up their mantle. Again, there is a lot that can be done with that, and a lot that can be done with that angle. And again, legitimately, I'm looking forward to it. But till then, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to read this one for yourself, consider checking out the link down below in the pinned comment to read this for yourself. And, of course, if you want to help out the channel, consider checking out the links down below as well. And make sure to use the coupon codes that are, you know, right there next to the links. You'll get some cool stuff from them. But till then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Dial, and if you want to help out the channel directly, check out the PayPal and Cash App link down below. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the next media reviews. Till next time. Later.